Similarly, employee engagement also could be one of the key drivers for the competitive advantage and basically leading to organization success. High levels of engagement is found to promote the retention of talent, fosters customer loyalty, and improves organizational performance and shareholder value. Employee engagement is a complex concept and is influenced by a large number of factors, from workplace culture, organizational communication, managerial styles, to trust and respect, leadership, and company reputation, and how the company is doing today. Today's younger generation also want access to training and career opportunities. They're very obsessed about work-life balance and empowerment to make decisions, which are important. Thus, to foster the engagement, HR has to lead the way to strategize, design, measure, and evaluate proactive policies and practices that help attract and retain talent with skills, competencies which are necessary for growth and sustainability. As I see, the challenge today is not only of retaining talented people, but fully engaging them. You may have talent, but if they are engaged and capturing their minds, and rather than only minds, the hearts, which is very important to me, minds and hearts at each stage of their work life. That is going to be important because people change. So today someone may be engaged, but tomorrow his aspirations, his things are different. So we have to keep on seeing what he requires, what he aspires, which will be keep on changing for all of us in different parts of career and life. There are several employee engagement definitions. Hewitt defines it as engagement is a state in which individuals are emotionally and intellectually committed to the organization as measured by three primary behaviors, very aptly put, say what they have to, stay in the company, and strive very hard. Hay defines it as the extent to which employees put discretionary efforts into their work in the form of brain power, energy, and the discretionary effort is very important. And I think in emotional intelligence as well as Hayes, consultant Daniel Goleman talks about discretionary effort, which is about 30%. That means 70% of your effort, I think, if you have the skills, the competencies, you can keep your job and do a good job. But the 30% is you will give to the company and the job where you are excited inside. And as our chairman has put it in his room, a very interesting quote which says that people are not pulled from front or pushed from behind, they are driven from within. So if you are able to drive people from within, not to pull them, not to push them, but drive them from in, and to me, this aptly says that what we require people to do in terms of engagement. The extent to which people enjoy and believe what they do and feel valued doing it is the DDA way of saying what is employee engagement. As per me, employee engagement has three dimensions or aspects. One is cognitive, one is emotional, and other is behavioral dimensions. The cognitive engagement refers to what is cognitive? I mean, mind, thinking. It is employees' beliefs about the company, about its leader, the confidence in the company, performance, sustainability, the leader's styles, and so on. So this is very important, what I feel about the workplace. The feeling part comes in the emotion part, and how I feel about the company and people and the leaders and my colleagues are very important. And the behavior side is the value-added component reflected in the amount of effort which I put into the company and the people, in the brain power, the extra time, energy, as Hay said, the discretionary effort, do I want to do it and how I want to take a risk and do something. Now, a lot of people, and we talk about employee engagement, we go to Gallup or Hewitt or our own systems or various other, we go to TNS and we measure the employee engagement, which is the first step of measuring. But this employee engagement, again, I feel that for competitive advantage has to be channeled and leveraged for something specific. It can't be just people are happy or people are engaged. You are engaged, but you may be going in a different direction. It doesn't help. So competitive advantage, as per me, the strategic advantage of business entity over its rival within the industry. So you have to have a competitive advantage, means you are better, you have something unique. HR needs to understand the business strategy and how the company wins in the market, and how and when it makes money or where it makes money. Who are customers prefer to buy our products and services? Why do they want to buy our products and services? Who are major customers and what do they expect from company? Particularly in terms of intangibles of respect, integrity, ethical standards, walking the talk, fulfilling the commitment, speed of response, and innovative products, etc. Each organization has some unique core competencies. In one way, the core competencies of CK Prahlad could be called as a competitive advantage, and the strategic capabilities it gives to the competitive advantage of creating a customer and economic value. For example, the supply chain and the negotiation parts of Walmart is a competitive advantage for them. They are much better than all others, and that is why they are able to live their slogan of lowest cost every day. Customized and on-time delivery of very high superior services, I feel, is an emphasis, way of saying that we are better than others, competitive advantage. Or innovative product design and launch of Apple in terms of iPhone, iPad, iPod, something different, unique. Other people are not able to copy it or do it. There could be something which is seen above the line of this, or as an iceberg, there may be many things or competitive advantage which are hidden below the waterline, which you may not be able to see, which is a sort of culture or values or other things which are there. HR has to interact with major customers and stakeholders to develop insights about the stated and unstated expectations, build HR architecture where behaviors of employees are aligned to the customer expectation of speed, delivery, innovation, launch of new products and services, etc. And hence, HR has to make sure that the channel of this energy of employee engagement, as per me, is channeled in the right direction to the customer and the stakeholder and the investor value, and needs to closely tie it with, in some way, with the KRAs of the company on one hand and the customer expected behaviors on the other. Thank you. I would now request my first speaker, Mr. Neeraj, to come and share his thoughts. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Bhede, Dr. Shalini, Mr. Tripathi, and distinguished delegates. We were just discussing a few minutes earlier. We were trying to create a very, very engaged kind of discussion here, because this topic of employee engagement has been written a lot, talked about a lot, has been spoken, discussed in various forums quite a bit. So our effort would be to bring out some of our own experiences and what kind of competitive advantage it creates. Now, my personal take on employee engagement is that there are three types of employees: highly engaged employees, not engaged employees, and disengaged employees. Now, what do we mean by highly engaged employees? Engaged employees are those who see congruence of their personal goals and targets with the organization success. Then there are second category of employees who are not so engaged, who have a sort of, who are there, who go through the motions, but who have a general disinterest in the organization, or who are passively involved with the organization. And there is third category, which is disengaged employees. Now, when we talk of competitive advantage, let's see what is the impact of these later two categories of employees: employees who are disengaged, and employees who are not so engaged. According to a Gallup survey, the not so engaged employees, not engaged employees cost over $300 billion annually to the American corporations. That is the kind of impact it creates. Now, this kind of the impact this cost is because of their lack of active engagement, their lack of active interest. They will not go that far to achieve, to identify with the organization goal. They will not be associated with the company's mission and their own task. Second is the cost of disengaged employees. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the cost of disengaged employees' conduct and behavior at times can be very, very disruptive. It can have very, very bad impact on the organization. I would like to share now competitive advantage, as Dr. Phede pointed out, can be from many, many sources. One, it could be from the sheer product we have, a unique product. It can give a competitive advantage, or unique control over the resources like mines or natural resources if a company have. But sustainable competitive advantage can come with one very critical factor, which is highly engaged employees. Highly engaged employees bring about that competitive success in the market, because as the economy, we are moving in this millennium, everything is so much open, transparent. Customers are so much more educated because of internet, because of so many sites available. Customers are very, very good at and fast at putting their experiences on the net. So it is very, very important that what they actually experience is very critical, and how they bring out over the media and in the public domain. This is absolutely critical for competitive success. Now, I'm not at all undermining the impact of technology or resources when it comes to a competitive advantage. For example, now we had Nokia, which dominated smartphone market for many, many years. Suddenly, it was outshot by Apple with iPhone experience. And iPhone experience, now what was the critical difference? It was not only a unique product which helped iPhone out to Nokia. What made the real difference was the unique experience people experienced at Apple stores. So the advantage which Nokia enjoyed over a long period of time with a huge market share, competitive edge, was blunted by Apple iPhones with great experience, customer experiences it created. But the same advantage, even in the same quarter in which the iconic Steve Jobs died, and Apple was in so much iPhone, and Apple was in so much over the media and so much in demand, was suddenly overshadowed by Samsung smartphones. So in the last quarter, Samsung smartphones have taken over as the leaders in the smartphone market. So it shows that the competitive advantage based on product quality can be very, very transitory in nature. So product cycles are becoming smaller and smaller. Companies are able to churn out your product replicas, or even outdo you in technology very fast. Similarly, resources are so easily available to create competitive advantage. For example, now Apple sits over about $60 billion of surplus cash. So resources are at the command. So what makes a big difference is engaged employees. And engaged employee can make or break customer experience. Like, I would like to share some of my personal experiences which which have left a great mark on me. Now, I share an incident where I was given a free, all of us would have experienced or offered sometime free credit cards, with lifetime free credit cards with, this was a few years back, I was given a free credit card by one of the banks. Now, 1 year later, I suddenly realized that when it came for time for renewal, there was some charge was added to it. I called up customer care. I said, this is my customer, this was supposed to be a lifetime free card. Customer care says, sorry, there's nothing free card. So we don't know. So I said, so what is the solution now? Because this is the guy I was promised, and I have multiple cards, so I don't need this card. So, okay, you write to somebody in the company. So I wrote to somebody in the company. Again, no response. Again, called back their customer care. This time, little better response. So again, I asked them, this charge has been levied, which should not have been there. Now, by this time, I was getting irritated. I have to tell this story all over again. So they said, sir, I have no immediate solution. You can call 2 days later. Again, called up 2 days later. So just to cut a long story short, multiple times, something which was promised as a free card, and which could have created a lot of value for me, for that respect for the company. But deal in hand, this employees who are based in call center have absolutely, with probably not full sense of empowerment, completely ruined that experience which one would have got. So it is very, very important that competitive advantage is possible through the engaged employees, when employees take ownership of what they are capable of, how when they reach out, go extra mile to help their customers, help them get a great experience. Now, this competitive advantage is increasingly important in the new era economy where we are moving into services sector. Service sector is driving the economy now, increasing its share in the economy is high. Now we see, for example, hospitality industry, healthcare industry, telecom industry. All these are mega industries which employ a very large number of people, which touch our daily lives in many ways. Now, a simple experience, bad experience, can ruin all your experience. Another example, you go for a day trip to another location. For some reason you have to stay back. You give a call to your to the hotel you normally stay. You call up and say, from the other response from the other side is, sorry sir, everything is booked. Then you identify, I'm your preferred customer, and this is my loyalty number. So okay sir, we will try. You can call back after an hour or so. So you're already in a mess. You have to return back, and suddenly you have to make this program, and this single experience, bad experience from a disengaged employee has completely ruined your entire trust in that place. Your loyalty to the place, the great view, the great experience of previous has been ruined completely forever. So this is what a disengaged employee can do. And also, this is the frontline experiences where engaged employee, where employee who is committed to the organization is with his mind, soul, and who see his personal success in the success of the organization, will go out of way to make pleasant experiences. On the other side, and not so pleasant, a disengaged employee will not bother about it, and that's the kind of impact it makes. It can make you lose your customers faster than you can gain them. Second aspect is, now disengaged employees, again, it doesn't go at the front end level only. Look at the quality of managers. Now it is very well proven now that most of the employees do not leave their organization, they leave their managers. Again, if it is responsibility of managers at every level that they create engaged employees. Otherwise, the attrition goes up. When you start losing your trained employees, the impact, you not only lose whatever you have, that person's knowledge, contacts, the understanding of the culture, the support that person could exercise. Whole investment in hiring, training, inducting that person goes for a waste. So this cost of, and in the process, organization loses competitive advantage. Next aspect is at a strategic level also. Now, if the leadership teams are not engaged, it is again whether what kind of annual programs they create, like they work like a highly engaged leadership team, or they work like disengaged or not so engaged leadership team. Now, one of the benchmarks which of that leadership is whether when they are making their annual budget, their strategic plan, long-term strategic plans, and their annual plans, are they going through the motions, or they're making a plan which looks at which tries to.
Appreciate your patience and
Thank you very much. There have been many examples, as Dr. Bhede in the previous session pointed out, that in the competitive edge is you gain from your leadership team. So the competence and the commitment of leadership. So, and I would like to add that it's the engagement of leadership team as well, because the kind of strategic vision and plans you create, are you doing it with a strategic focus of taking organization to its rightful potential and competitive advantage, or you're just going through the motions. Now, there have been many examples where great companies do not remain very great because the leadership team at times is not so engaged, and the kind of they churn out their strategic plans and their annual operational plans as if these are matter of routine, without taking cognizance of the competitive factor, the emerging technology or threats to the business, without an appropriate SWOT analysis. So it is very, very important that engagement is, when we talk of engagement, many times engagement is confused with employee welfare measures or fun at workplace. No, engagement is a very, very strategic tool for competitive advantage. It must start right from the top,